Christmas Eve, 1978. For the first time since 1974, the Miami Dolphins were in the playoffs. Despite injuries to quarterback Bob Greasy, leading rusher Delvin Williams, and other key players, the Dolphins were locked with the Houston Oilers and NFL Player of the Year, Earl Campbell, in a 7-7 tie until midway through the fourth quarter. But on this frustrating day of fumbles and near misses, the fickle football sometimes seemed to have a mind of its own. The Oilers won and became the Cinderella team of the year. For the Dolphins of Joe Robbie and Don Shula, it was time to be proud of a team which had maintained the best record in the NFL during the 70s. A team which was now mounting a new drive for the glory of old.
There's an airline that's now the third largest U.S. airline to Europe.
We're shining brighter.
An airline that now flies to 36 of the sunniest, brightest cities on 2 continents.
We're shining brighter.
So begins non-stop service from New York to Amsterdam.
We're shining brighter.
Bringing sunshine service to National's newest route, New York, to the heart of Europe. The bigger we get,
the brighter we shine. Watch us shine.
For head coach Don Shula and the Dolphins, the season began with quarterback Bob Greasy's left knee and leg in a cast. Number 10, Don Strock, was at the controls in the Shea Stadium season opener. And 11 times, Strock called on the new gun in the Miami arsenal, Delvin Williams, number 24. In his first official game as a Dolphin, Williams ran for 119 yards, including a halfback reverse for a 58-yard touchdown. Despite the spectacular debut of Delvin Williams, the Dolphins were ambushed by Richard Todd and the much-improved New York Jets 33-20. The game ended on a note of promise for the future, as number 7 rookie quarterback Guy Benjamin completed 5 of 6 passes, including a bomb to rookie Jimmy Cephalo and a touchdown to tight end Loard McCrary, number 80. For week 2 in Baltimore, Don Strock earned a game ball as he passed for 3 touchdowns in a 42-0 demolition of the Colts. But the key to the shutout was the aggressive play of the Miami secondary, which collected a team record-tying 6 interceptions by the end of the day. The game's biggest play was a 53-yard interception return by number 41, Norris Thomas, a cornerback standout all season in Tom Keene's defensive backfield, which included the blitzes of safety Charlie Babb, number 49, and the constantly improving team play of rookies like Gerald Small, number 48, and veterans like Rick Volt, number 21, and 9-year starter Curtis Johnson, number 45. The team leader with 6 interceptions was number 25, Tim Foley, and he epitomized the opportunistic style of the Dolphin defense, which led the entire NFL with 53 takeaways for the season. In the home opener against Buffalo in Week 3, the offensive line dominated the line of scrimmage and allowed Gary Davis to jet 65 yards. the 5th longest run in Dolphin history, while Delvin Williams skittered for 135 yards in a 31-24 knockout of the Bills. Miami's record-tying 17th consecutive victory over Buffalo. But the following week in Philadelphia, the Dolphins were knocked off balance by the surprising Eagles, and it was time to regroup once more back home against St. Louis. And regroup the Dolphins did, as Don Strock found the elusive Nat Moore twice for touchdowns in a 24-10 victory over the Cardinals. Then, in a Monday night encounter with Cincinnati, the Dolphins put together the kind of swarming everywhere defensive effort which resulted in a second shutout, this time 21-0 over the Bengals. Don Strock fired 2 more touchdown passes, one of them to Jimmy Cephalo, before giving way with 8 minutes left. It was the season's first appearance by Bob Griese, number 12. Wearing a brace on his left knee, Griese returned to action with a flourish. His first play came on 3rd and 12, and Griese converted with a 17-yard pass to tight end Andre Tillman. The next week in San Diego, Strock and Griese again split the quarterback duties, and Griese proved he was ready as he completed 8 of 11, including the decisive touchdown to Nat Moore. The Dolphins beat the Chargers 28-21, and the special teams and defense shared equal billing with the offense. In a rare day of golden opportunities, all 3 starting defensive linemen had their chances to carry the football, the most spectacular being a record 68-yard rumble by defensive end A.J. Dewey, number 77. It was not until week 6 that Mike Scarry's defensive line was intact, with nose tackle Bob Baumhauer, left end Vern Den Herder, and right end A.J. Dewey. Veteran lineman Carl Barisic, number 78, lent support, while number 75, rookie Doug Betters, started 5 games for Dewey. And number 70, Bob Simpson, got into the quarterback chase also. From mid-season on, the defensive line was strong and consistent, with a side-by-side second-year men, number 73, Bob Baumhauer, and number 77, A.J. Dewey, buttressed by the dependable 8-year veteran, Vern Den Herder, number 83. In New England for week 8, Bob Griese made his first start of the season and completed 22 of 35 attempts, including touchdown passes to Nat Moore and Andre Tillman, who caught 8 passes in all, a team record for tight ends. But the Patriots had the last word as they broke a first-place tie with the Dolphins at the season's midpoint. Back home for a rematch with the Colts, Bob Griese passed for 2 more touchdowns, including a 63-yarder to Duriel Harris, as the Dolphins stampeded the Colts 26-8. Don Strock even pulled off a trick touchdown to Vern Den Herder as the Dolphins displayed their passing versatility. Early in the season, Don Strock, as a starter, had led the Dolphins to a 5-2 record, while ranking number 3 in the NFL passing statistics. Strock was equally effective as a drop-back or rollout passer, as he demonstrated with this touchdown to rookie tight end Bruce Hardy, number 84. With the return of the bespectacled 12-year veteran Bob Griese, the Dolphins' passing game never missed a beat. And it mattered little whether it was Griese throwing to number 24 running back Delvin Williams, or whether it was Strock throwing to number 27 running back Gary Davis. Number 38, fullback Leroy Harris, was one of 7 Dolphins who averaged more than 1 catch per game. And he led the Miami running backs in receptions with 25. Among the starting receivers, tight end Andre Tillman enjoyed his best season with 31 receptions, while the Dolphins continued to reap maximum benefits from their 2 durable and dangerous wide receivers, Duriel Harris and Nat Moore. Number 89, Nat Moore, the receiver's receiver, put together another superlative season with 48 receptions and 10 touchdowns. And if opponents double-covered Moore, silky smooth Duriel Harris would beat them from the other side.
Nobody has as many flights across the Sun Belt to California as now.
Pro football's winningest active coaches, Don Shula and Tom Landry, became adversaries in Week 10. From the special teams led by number 44, Charles Cornelius, to a defense led by A.J. Dewey, number 77, the Dolphins hounded the Cowboys into uncharacteristic misplays and 5 quarterback sacks, while Bob Greasy hit on 9 of his first 11 passes and a 17-point first quarter blitz. Miami won 23-16 and became the last team to beat Dallas until the Super Bowl. It was also career coaching victory number 171 for Don Shula, which placed him 3rd on the all-time list, behind only George Halas and Curly Lambeau. In Week 11, Delvin Williams led the way to a 25-24 victory in Buffalo, Miami's 18th straight win over the Bills, an all-time NFL record. Number 66, Larry Little and company, helped Delvin Williams to 144 yards, his 5th 100-yard game, which enabled Williams to become the NFL's first 1,000-yard rusher of the season. Of course, Don Shula's Dolphins are traditionally among the best running teams in football, and that is due in good part to John Sandusky's offensive line, with blockers like Mike Curran and Bob Kuchenberg, a perennial Pro Bowler at guard. Number 62, center Jim Langer, is a 6-year fixture at the Pro Bowl, where he has often been joined by number 66, 12-year pro Larry Little. Number 64, Ed Newman, has played his way into the lineup, while number 79, Wayne Moore, has hung tough despite injury. Rookie Eric Loxo and 2nd-year pro Wally Pursuit also helped open the way for hard-running fullbacks like number 31, Norm Boulash, and number 38, Leroy Harris, who was the team's 2nd leading rusher with more than 500 yards in 1978. Number 27, Gary Davis, was a capable backup who averaged 5 yards per carry. But the spark plug of Carl Tassev's backfield was, of course, number 24, Delvin Williams. Some thought Don Shula gave up too much to acquire him. But once Delvin Williams started sweeping the flanks, it was only a matter of time before he rewrote the Miami rushing record. And Williams was never satisfied unless he could get the maximum possible from every play. Week 12 found the Dolphins in the frenzied Houston Astrodome for a Monday night classic with the Oilers. Against the AFC's top-ranked defense, Bob Greasy hit on 23 of 33 passes for 349 yards, his highest yardage total in 12 pro seasons, including touchdown passes on the first and last series of the game. But the runners owned the game, as Delvin Williams broke Larry Zonka's single-season Dolphin rushing record in the season's 12th game, only to be upstaged by another runner, Earl Campbell, who stampeded for 199 yards and 4 touchdowns, as the rejuvenated Oilers squeezed by the Dolphins in one of the most exciting games of the NFL season. Next came the rematch with the Jets, and this time the Dolphins were victimized by turnovers. But overcoming adversity has been a hallmark of Don Shula's teams, and the Dolphins now had to win their last 3 games, all against playoff contenders, in order to make the playoffs. In Washington for Week 14, an injury to Delvin Williams put a crimp in the Miami offense. But Bill Arnsparger's defense more than made up for it with their 3rd shutout of the season, most in the NFL. Quarterback Joe Theismann was intercepted 4 times, and number 51, Rusty Chambers, turned one of those into the longest interception return ever by a Dolphin linebacker. The Redskins tried everything, but the revamped Dolphin secondary was ready. With Charlie Babb at free safety and Gerald Small at cornerback, the Dolphins allowed the Redskins to cross their 30-yard line only once, and Miami won 16-0. Of course, the backbone of Bill Arnsparger's 53 defense is the linebacking core. And number 53, Bob Matheson, the man whose number named the defense, rebounded from a back injury to provide effective relief in 78. Also effective in relief was number 55, third-year man Ernest Roan. The 4 starting linebackers were a punishing group. At one of the inside positions, Steve Toll, number 56, again proved his toughness and his agility. At the other inside position, number 51, Rusty Chambers, moved right in and led the team in tackles all over the field. From the left side, number 58, Kim Bocamper, became one of the NFL's best blitzing linebackers. No matter how agile the quarterback, he didn't escape from Kim Bocamper. From the right side, number 50, Larry Gordon, was a 6'4", 230-pound bear hug, who was very much wrapped up in his work. Larry Gordon and the Dolphins' defense were at their peak for Week 15, and they had to be, because their next opponents were the ever-dangerous Oakland Raiders, led by the snake Ken Stabler, number 12. Miami's swarming defense forced Ken Stabler into 5 interceptions, 3 of them by Larry Gordon, number 50. Magnificent defense, said Don Shula afterwards, and it was the greatest game I've ever seen a linebacker play. How can you play any better than Larry Gordon played today? The Dolphins defeated the Raiders 23-6 and prepared for a climactic rematch with the first-place New England Patriots.
Now there's a brighter way to Amsterdam.
We're shining brighter.
Now National Airlines flies non-stop to the heart of Europe. From New York to Amsterdam.
We're shining brighter.
Now National, the third largest U.S. airline to Europe, flies you in wide cabin DC-10 comfort to Amsterdam.
We're shining brighter.
All with a way of doing things that's as big and bright as the sun itself. The bigger we get,
the brighter we shine. Watch us shine.
A national Monday night audience was treated to a Don Shula special in the season's final week, as every phase of the Dolphin game plan meshed like clockwork. The Miami defense held New England to only 3 points, despite 4 first downs inside the 11. They pounded 2 Patriot quarterbacks and ran their season sack total to 41, one more than the combined total of the 2 previous seasons. Gerald Small grabbed his 4th interception in 3 starts and helped the team balloon its interceptions to a league-leading 32, a total contributed to by 13 different defenders. The special teams also performed to perfection, as the punts of rookie George Roberts were covered by such unsung heroes as Sean Clancy, John Alexander, Bruce Hardy, Charles Cornelius, and Bo Rabbit. Place kicker Garo Yepremian tied the NFL record of 16 consecutive field goals and led the league with 19 of 23 overall for a team record 82.6%. Bob Greasy hit 12 of 13 passes for a team record in accuracy, on the way to leading the entire NFL with a personal season high of 63%. And as wide receivers Juriel Harris and Nat Moore can attest, they weren't all short ones either. Nat Moore added to his already impressive career totals and was virtually assured of breaking every team receiving record in 1979. All of these elements, plus the backing of the Florida faithful, blended to give the Dolphins their 10th straight Orange Bowl victory over the Patriots, and assured an optimistic look to the future as the Miami Dolphins continued their new drive for the glory of old.